I wanted to do like I have a lot of like different influences. So I guess at first I was kind of worried that people were gonna just like kind of be mad. I mean, if you know Nakey Jakey, oh, he's like a
I don't think so.
he's like a big video game kind of more content creator, but he uses a green screen and kind of like talks in front of it, does edits. That's kind of where I got the idea from that and like this music video. You know, Little Yachty.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Have you ever seen the music video for One Night?
Maybe I'm not the hugest fan of his, but I like his stuff.
Oh, me neither. It's just a cool video. It's like him and his friends just kind of fucking around in front of a green screen. And I was like, that's kind of cool. I want to do that. And then like I looked into other people using green screens, found Nikki Jakey, and yeah, he just kind of inspired the whole idea of the green screen. And I knew I wanted to talk about anime, and then that's kind of how that kind of just came about. And then other than that, I mean, it's just really just the green screen, and then just talk about anime. But I do want to talk about other stuff, but it's worrisome, you know, when you start like building a fan base and it's like you're only doing anime stuff and you're like, you know, because I want to talk about like other stuff like I like video games, you know, I like hip hop. I want to talk about all kinds of stuff, but it's tough. So I'll figure it out, I think eventually though.
It's so interesting that already from the jump you want to identify what your future will be with this channel, which is talking about more than just anime. It's talking about all of your hobbies. I
Yeah.
know a lot of people who they end up getting into anime and then they find themselves very pigeonholed because like
Mhm.
maybe for the first year of their content it was all exclusively anime, and then all of a sudden they'll drop like a fantasy football review, and then people are
Yeah,
wondering like, oh, what is this? But no,
exactly.
it's cool, you know, like as a creative you have to be able to keep yourself open to doing whatever inspires you at that moment.
Yeah. I guess I'm just kind of like stuck on like when I should make that jump, like if I should do it early on so people expect it, or if I should wait till I have like a really loyal fan base and then just kind of make whatever they'll like it. That's what I'm really struggling with right now, at least.
Well, I do predict a really good future for you because from the videos that you've put out already, like they're really entertaining,
Hey,
and they are like for what they are high production, especially when you compare it to other people who are talking about stuff within their niches and what their interests are. Like you're putting in a lot of effort from the get go, and I'm really excited to talk a little bit more about that, your approach to content creation, and also
yeah,
about anime because I see it all
cool.
really does help with what you do.
Yeah, I appreciate that, man. Thank you.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah. So how about you tell us about how you got into anime?
As far as I remember, because the thing is, it all started with Dragon Ball Z. But the thing is, you know, like when you're really young, there's like a lot of memories you don't remember. Yeah, I don't remember the first time I like witnessed Dragon Ball. Like I don't remember the first time I saw and was like, oh, what's this? And from as far back as I can remember, like as young as I can go, I knew what Dragon Ball was. And I think it was mainly like introduced from my brothers. They're like quite a bit older than me. So they grew up on like 90s anime, you know, Dragon Ball, everything on Toonami, anything on Adult Swim, all that stuff. And they just kind of like showed it to me. I kind of got hand-me-downs. So I watched a bunch of like VHS tapes, Dragon Ball, Pokemon, all the like normal stuff you kind of grew up with when around that time, I guess. So yeah, that's where it started. Dragon Ball and like Yu Yu Hakusho, Cowboy Bebop, all that kind of stuff. And I kind of just loved it from then on.
You also mentioned that you like video games. Were you
Yeah.
playing games around the same time? Did that come at a different point in your life, or?
About the same. I like them equally as much. I would say I know a little more about anime than I do video games because I haven't like with anime, I did this whole thing where like I really wanted to like know a lot about it. So I like kind of dug deep. Like I watched a bunch of classics from the 70s, the 80s, 90s. I kind of just like really got a good palette of it. I haven't done that as much with video games. I'm kind of doing it, but it's tough, man. I'm like I don't have a lot of time, you know. I'm working like full time and then doing that videos. It's tough.
I feel you. When you have more
Yeah.
than one hobby, especially like a
Yeah.
hobby that's so intensive as gaming or anime.
Exactly. You never realize how little time there is in a day until you're like trying to do something that involves time. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous.
Tell me about it. But that's the life of content creators, right?
Yeah.
So, how does your hobbies bring you to where you are today making content? What was the decision for you to do that? Did you maybe start making different styles of content before this channel?
Not really. I mean, like, like early on, I like way early on. I was like 12 or something, maybe like 10. I would make like Dragon Ball Z AMVs. Like they're really bad, probably. I don't remember much about them, but that's like, but like I didn't do anything from then on. I just kind of like I was just being a kid, and then like I want to say what really started it was just I was doing I was doing it. I still do this full-time job that I'm doing now, and I was just kind of doing that for a while, for like 4 years straight. And then I don't know, one day it just hit me, like I was like 20 or something. It just hit me like, nah, I'm not really happy, like I'm not really doing anything that I care about. And I was like, I don't want my life to just be, go to work, come home, do whatever, repeat, And then I was like, maybe I should like try to do content. And then like I watch a lot of YouTube in general, so I got inspired through like multiple people. And then I was like, okay, I'll do something like this. And then yeah, that's kind of how it happened.
Wow, wow, you're off to a great start. You're doing really, really well for
I
sure.
appreciate that. Thank you. I always worry about those things.
No, no, but you know what? It's good that you have that concern too, because it also makes it easier. Like you said from earlier, it makes it easier to decide what direction you want to go in. I've spoken to some of the other guests on my channel about like with their content creation history, and for a lot of them, like they're on their fourth or fifth start. Yeah, like they're trying to figure out like, is this the right identity? Is this the right sort of content? Is this an audience I want to grow with 2 years from now? Sometimes they've caught on with a niche, and a year removed from it, like they're not interested in that scene anymore. So
Yeah,
it really is a challenge as a content creator coming out with great
yeah,
stuff right away.
exactly. I think I was like, I mean, I thought about those things like ahead of time because there was like, I swear, like a year of prep time that I was just like prepping out how my channel was gonna go. At first, I was just gonna do like you weren't gonna see me. I was just gonna do like a typical anime video, like probably some visuals and then just my voice. And I was thinking of like doing like different characters and stuff. But then I was like, as I went on, I just kind of was like, I think people would appreciate if I was just genuinely me. I think that'd be cool. And they could just kind of like relate to that. And then just little ideas from like, like the whole like Adult Swim kind of vibe and then the green screen. It all just kind of came together. And that's just it. But I'm sure I'll run into problems like that eventually.
Well, until then, just ride that
Yeah.
wave, yeah.